This computer. Hello, 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 everybody. This is Trudy Swenson coming to you, and
And Jamie Roth. Hello, welcome to Trail 2.
we're going to help you just really, really launch your business. So, Trail 2 is mapping your time and about time management. So, here we go.
You see a thing at the bottom? Oh, there we go. I moved now.
Okay. All right. Okay. Management or time management. Here, let me move this thing down here so I can actually see. Time management works best when it focuses less on being busy and more on intentional planning and consistency. I think I'm going to move us down too.
Yes, being intentional with the time you have is so important.
Right. Everybody can go around and carry the busy badge, but what do you do with your time? And that's what we're going to help you map out and see so that you can really know what you do with your time every single day. Okay?
All right, which statement sounds most like you? A, I don't have enough time. B, I get distracted. C, I start lots of things but don't finish them. I think I'd be a C. Raise your hand, Trudy.
Yeah,
D, I feel busy all day but don't get much done. Spoiler, time management isn't really about time, it's about priorities. So
yeah.
we have definitely a lot of great tools that you can learn for all of these. So if you raised your hand or said yes to any one of these letters, there's tools to help you overcome that that thing.
Yeah, and I have to say, I'm maybe an A. I feel like I don't have enough time in a day to get done what I want to get done. That's how I kind of feel right now, or have for a little bit. So,
And I try to take on it all,
yes, yes.
but then don't finish some things.
So, time management matters, and this is a skill that you really, really need to learn and hone in on. So, managing your time leads to less stress, more flexibility, more consistency, better results, and more family time. The goal isn't to squeeze Mary Kay into every spare minute. The goal is to intentionally create space for your goals. So, if you guys really think about this, if you have a hold of your time and you're managing it, if you could have less stress in your life, have more flexibility, more consistency, better results, and more family time. But I think, sometimes we're just running around and thinking about Mary Kay or doing Mary Kay that we don't get the results. So you don't want to squeeze Mary Kay into just every spare minute. We're going to help you create space for your goals and show you how you can work your business around your priorities in life. So,
You are the CEO. That is true. You are the CEO of your business. There's no boss coming, no one is assigning your tasks, and no clock to start or stop. The freedom of Mary Kay is wonderful, but it also requires self-leadership, self-coaching, self-discipline,
mhm,
all the things.
yeah. So, wouldn't it be nice? I mean, isn't it nice? I love it that we don't have any boss coming. No
Mhm.
one is telling me and Jamie, we are the CEO. We don't we don't have anybody telling us what we have to do. I know when I was a paralegal, it was always every morning it was like, you need to get this done, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. And by noon, is it done yet? Is it done yet? Um, and to the pressure of always being under deadlines is you don't have to have that because there is no boss coming.
Right. I
But
think the beautiful thing in Mary Kay is we get to work for our goals
Mhm.
and not somebody else's. So companies often have their own quotas and their own goals that they have to reach. So then they will assign you tasks to get them done at certain times. Or in Mary Kay, we can set our own goals. We can say, hey, my family wants to go on this vacation. Um, I want to be able to pay off my debt. I want a new house. I want a pool for my family to enjoy. We get to set those goals and we get to work for those instead of somebody else's goals.
Okay, build your dream week. Create a dream week master copy. This it will help you stay on track over time. Start with your priorities of God first, family second, career third. We all have the same 24 hours. One person goes with the flow, and one person creates a weekly time budget. So, who are you? Are you the person that goes with the flow? And if Mary Kay happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Are you one who creates a weekly time budget and work your business with intent and purpose? So in your workbook is this weekly plan sheet. And Sandy had actually gave you a goal uh, when we were on Monday.
Assignment.
Uh,
It's an assignment.
an assignment. Oh, yeah, an assignment to create your weekly plan sheet at the end of every day and write down everything that you did for that day and share it with your director because then we will be able to see how much time that you actually spent on things that were important in your life, maybe things that you can say no to. I know I was very, very guilty about saying no. And my national sales director worked with me for a long time and just kept telling me it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. You don't have to be the queen of everything and, running your kids all over and doing all that. It's okay to ask for help. And we do all have the same 24 hours. So this is really up to you. What are you going to do with your 24 hours? And I know Jamie has a couple examples to show you about
Yeah.
about her weekly plan sheet. So these sheets in your workbook, just make plenty of copies of them because we really, like I said, this first assignment is to actually fill it out each day as you go. Okay?
Mhm.
So Jamie, you want to share yours?
Yeah, and I was gonna just clarify a little bit more on here, like write down things you did, Sunday. Maybe it's like I made breakfast for the family. We went to church. Like write it down, but don't write it like planning ahead. You want to write it as it happened.
Yes.
Like keep this like in your purse or your bag and write things down as they happen at first. And then later on, we're going to learn how to plan it and share it with your director. Your director is not here to judge you. I know it's sometimes like hard or you might feel guilty, like, oh my gosh, I watched Netflix for 4 hours. You might feel guilty about something and it's okay. Like we understand. We've all done the things. So don't feel I mean, you might feel that way, but it's okay to share. Don't try to hide something. Like let's be real. We can be real with each other.
Yeah.
But yes, I did bring out some weekly plan sheets of mine. I don't know, Trudy, are you able to
Oh,
unshare the
you
screen?
make you a host or stop? Yeah,
Because this is on share
yeah,
screen, right?
I can stop sharing. Yeah, there
Oh,
we
there
go.
we go.
Yeah.
And then do we do like the speaker view, gallery view? I don't know. So hopefully you can see
Yep.
my sheet
It
here.
really, we
So
can see
this,
really good.
yeah. So this is always on my fridge because at this era of my life, there's five of us that live in our house. So I have three children that I am coaching, mentoring right now. I started my business with a 1-year-old, and now I have three, and two are entering high school, or two are in high school, and one is in elementary school. So, it's a lot, so it's managing them, managing business, managing house, managing life, and having freedom. We've been in there. It's creating harmony. So when you have like a disciplined plan, you get to create harmony. Like you want to be proactive instead of like things coming at you. We don't want to be, what is that called? Reactive. There we go. We don't want to be reactive. We want to be proactive. Like I know these things are coming up, so I can plan accordingly. So this is like a week right now in the life. So with pink highlighted, I have my Mary Kay things that I am gonna show up for. So a customer delivery and chat, um, a facial consultation, another double facial consultation, a Mary Kay training. And then in green, I have family things, whether it be taking a child to an appointment or some other lessons that they have going on with sports or instruments. And then in the white, I didn't write anything in there, but that's how I know, like, ooh, in these pockets of time, I can be booking, I can be communicating with customers in those pockets of time when I'm not at an obligation, right? Um, and then in like yellow, I have these are appointments like health wise for me. So that's my daily life now. Now that I can have Mary Kay full time, I did make a mock sheet of what it looked like kind of when I was newer in Mary Kay. So I worked part-time. I know I worked from 2 to 6 at my job, Monday through Friday. And then Mondays were always our Mary Kay meeting. And so I always made sure to be there. I called that my therapy with having small children and a job that I wasn't real excited about and stress that was happening as a young couple, a young marriage at the time. It was my therapy. I wanted to be there. And we always say if sometimes you need the meeting or the meeting needs you. So it's always so good to be there. And then on top of it, you can invite people there and you can earn while you learn. That's always been the smartest thing. So I'd make sure to get done with my job and then get to that meeting. I'd go change in the locker room, get to the meeting, and then hope that my guests all arrive, right? And then there'd
Oh,
be other
college and
days,
cash too. College and
college
cash.
and cash.
Yeah.
That's a good
So
one.
you're learning and earning at the same time.
Okay, college and cash. I'll have to remember that. But then I would choose like a couple other days that I could hold an appointment or a party, because it's so important to see the faces to keep adding to that customer list. The more people you have in your customer list, the bigger your business and your income grows. So I would pick 2 to 3 time spots a week that I could hold Mary Kay appointments. And then, of course, during this time was time that I took care of my family. So,
Great. Thanks, Jamie, for sharing those.
yeah.
Okay. Important. Be in the moment. I got to move this down a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see this or not.
I
Uh,
see
when you
it.
when you are with your family, focus on your family and don't work your business during that time. And when you are working your Mary Kay business, focus on it and give it your all. Think of the weekly plan sheet as a chest of drawers. You can't have all the drawers open at the same time, or there will be chaos. So, yeah, think about it. If you had all the drawers open in, your chest of drawers, you can't even function that way. So it's the same thing with your Mary Kay business and your family time. And, if you're cooking dinner and you're doing a load of laundry and you're trying to, you know, do some Mary Kay in there, it's pretty hard for that to all happen. We are,
Burn the dinner.
yep, you'll burn the dinner. We are super women, but we are not Wonder Woman. And it's really, really tough to give 100% of your attention to something that deserves it, like your Mary Kay business, when you are focusing on other things. So just when you are working your business, be in the moment, shut your phone off, close the door. I had to go in my bedroom when I first started my business 27 years ago. The boys were little, and it was always one of those things when you get on the phone, that's when they start talking to you. So I had to go in the bedroom and lock the door and just tell them, mom needs an hour to work, and I will talk to you when I'm done. Please go play, go outside, whatever, go for a bike ride. And they did. And they got in that habit of knowing that mom needed to work and needed to focus and be in the moment on her job at that time. So, so can you,
Awesome. Okay, so here's successful days. Successful days don't happen by accident. This is so true. Um, so if you fill this out every night, so you know what needs to be done the next day. So we always go to bed as the CEO and we wake up as the employee of the CEO. You get to be in the employee for yourself. So fill this out at night, your weekly worksheet. This is an amazing sheet to definitely print out multiple of.
mm,
Um, like fill it out before you go to bed. What do I want to accomplish my next day? Um, and you're going to be set up for success. If you wait until morning, distractions are going to win. Emergencies are going to take over, and priorities that you have are going to be forgotten. And it's going to take you longer to reach your goals, or if you even get to your goals. So you definitely want to do it at night. Um, when you have a successful hour, it can become an successful day. When you have successful days, that's successful weeks, and successful weeks are successful months, and successful months are successful years. And it's a really happy, enjoyable business.
I love this. I think this is probably the best consultant daily worksheet that I have seen in a very, very long time. I
Mhm.
love it. It's plain, it's simple. Everything that you need to write down every single day is right here on one piece of paper.
Right. And I mean, the most important things to do is always what makes people successful. If you Google that, six most important things to do, that's been researched. If you have just six things on your priority list to achieve during the day, you'll end up very successful. And I like on here it's categorized as things to do Mary Kay and things to do other
Mhm.
in your life.
What usually steals your time, okay, and I really want you to think about these and write them down, share them with your director, but scrolling social media. Now, everybody's on everybody's phone. Do you know that you can actually see a weekly summary of how many hours that you were on your phone? I see it pop up every once in a while, but it's not something I get in the habit of looking at, but I think I'm going to. Procrastination, waiting until you're motivated, overthinking, saying yes to everything, a lack of planning, and distractions. And most people don't have a time problem, they have a priority problem. So, what usually steals your time? I think, scrolling social media is very, very addicting and can happen. procrastination, we're gonna, um, I used to be really good at this, and, think I'm gonna get everything done the night before. And then it'd be up till 2 o'clock in the morning. And that's not fun. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to procrastinate anymore. Um, waiting until you're motivated. Okay, that's ridiculous. There are so many podcasts, there are so many great books out there to read. You know, plugging into this, you guys are going to be motivated just by participating in this kind of pace setters class. Um, I know overthinking. A lot of my consultants overthink and they think about it too much. You think about it and then you don't actually do Mary Kay.
Mm.
Um, and again, the lack of planning, and that's where your weekly plan sheet is really, really going to come in handy. And you've got to put it on the refrigerator. If you don't, and if your significant others, your kids, if they can't see it, they don't they don't know that you're serious about your business. And I always told my kids, I mean, if we sat down on Sunday night and we planned our week, and if it wasn't on the weekly plan sheet, and all of a sudden they came to me and said, "Oh, I forgot, Mom, I've got a game, on Tuesday night." And I'm like, "Well, I have a Mary Kay party. I'm working. I'm sorry you didn't tell me, and I already have something in that spot. So I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to attend this time." So that,
And the
that's just
point is, the kids aren't gonna they're not gonna remember everything that you missed.
no,
They're gonna remember what you were there for.
absolutely.
And the
Abs
best thing to ask your kids is ask them, what do you want me there for?
mhm. Perfect. Yeah.
You know what they want. Don't have that mom guilt and try to do everything because you're just assuming that's what you do as a mom. You want to actually ask your child, what do you want me there for?
Right. And even your grandchildren, now I have grandchildren. I mean, oh my gosh, is three of them playing soccer, one playing volleyball, one doing cheerleading. It's like, okay, which ones do you want Nana to be at? I can't be at everything for all of you, but, and they'll tell me, and they truly do. Oh, you don't have to come to this one. We're going to win anyway, or something like that. Or, yeah, I love that.
That's a good attitude.
Yeah, positive attitude. And I like, okay, or it's a tournament. Well, it's going to last all day, and it's going to be really tiring. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll come to one game, but not sit there all day for the tournament.
Right. Right. And distractions, I mean, I know that's what would get me too. And when you have distractions, you learn how to delegate things because there's so many things to get done within your home and with people, and you can learn to delegate. I mean, even if you have kids at home, you can teach them like to load the dishwasher, unload the dishwasher. My kids don't get paid for chores because they live here.
Right.
They get to live here. But I do pay them for things with the business. So putting stickers on my products, they get 10 cents for every product they put a sticker on. And washing my brushes from my customers, they get 10 cents for every brush that they wash. And then as they've gotten older, the teenagers, they can actually input data for me, like my customer sales and stuff like that. So you can delegate things that are distracting.
Yes, and our children too. We never paid them an allowance. I didn't believe in that. My husband and I both, grew up on a farm, and it was a family business, just like my Mary Kay business is a family business. And when they support me and help me by doing things around the house, then we can take them on fun weekend excursions or vacation, and we don't have to worry about where the money's coming from. So my children work because they knew that it was expected of them. not because they had to or that they were earning money, but it was part of being part of this family, part of our family.
And they knew there was a reward
Right, right.
for all their efforts.
Yep, they knew there was a reward always.
Mhm.
Okay, so that is the end of our success trail too.
Awesome. Okay, so yes, we really hope that you take the challenge of the weekly plan sheet, of taking your week and writing down what you actually do during those days and time. So we hope that you do that assignment. And
Yes.
then to close out, I wanted to read this to you. So each of us has a bank. Its name is time. Every morning, it credits you with 86,400 seconds. Every night, it writes off as lost whatever of this you failed to invest in a good purpose. It carries over no balance. The clock is running. Make the most of today.
I love that, Jamie. So we all have 80, how many? 86,000.
86,400 seconds.
Wow. That's a lot in 1 week.
It's a
Oh,
day.
oh, that's a day? Oh
A
my gosh.
day.
86. Oh my word. Wow. Wow. That is powerful, you guys. What
Mhm.
are you choosing to do with your time? Truly.
Mhm.
And is it going to get you to a goal that you set? And if you don't have a goal already, talk to your director because she would be more than happy to help you figure out your goal.
We are
So,
your dream ambassadors.
yes, we are. Yes, we are. And I have my awesome cup,
Oh,
Dare to
yeah.
Dream.
Oh, yeah.
Dare to Dream.
Mine just says one woman can.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching this and getting back to your director with your follow-up. Okay, I will stop the recording.